Hey y'all, hey, I'm your girl, Courtney Ewing, trichologist and certified hair loss practitioner. I study the hair and scalp and different scalp disorders. And welcome to Hair Talk Tuesday, where we talk about all things hair. And today's topic is shedding versus breakage. What's the difference between the two? Today's video actually is a recording. So for me, it is a Hair Talk Tuesday on a Monday. These summer months, some of these videos will be recorded. Some of them will be live because my children have events and I will show up. Point blank, period. So yes, with that being said, let's just hop into it. Shedding versus breakage. Let's break down the two. Shedding is a natural occurrence and is something that will happen throughout the hair cycle. Your hair grows, it rests, it sheds. That's it. It's normal. Perfectly normal. Should be happening. Breakage, on the other hand, that should not be happening. That is damage. That is not good. No bueno. We do not want that. So let's figure out what we can do to stop the breakage. If it's shedding, normal, okay, let it happen. Breakage, preventable, can be stopped, should be eliminated as much as you can. You may have some little breakage here and there, but should not be a constant thing. Should definitely stop it. And I have, I think, 3 or 4 things I will throw out there. Number one, what you can do to tell the difference between breakage and shedding, I should have said shedding and then breakage, is root check. You can do a root check. So if your hair is coming from the root, shedding, if your hair is shedding, you're going to have the root as well. Not all hairs have this. This is why this is one of the things that can help you. Not all hairs have this. You can look for the white bulb at the end. Have you ever grabbed a piece of hair or a strand of hair and it has that white bulb at the end? That is a shedding hair or a shed hair. That hair has shed. It is a healthy piece of hair. It is something that is just going to happen naturally. Breakage is going to be a piece of hair. You're not going to see the bulb at all. There's not going to be a bulb. Once again, not all shed hairs is going to have that bulb as well. So keep that in mind. Second thing you can do, and the breakage one, how I said it's going to be a piece of hair, this kind of falls into that number 2. The length of the hair. So a shed hair is going to have that bulb, and it's going to be a longer piece of hair because it's your full hair length. I have locks in, so my hair isn't shedding. Well, it is, but y'all know. It's shedding, but it's not coming down. It's not coming off. So if my hair is this long and I have a piece of hair that's about this long, that's breakage, because this is not my full length hair. This is a piece of a hair strand. That is breakage. You don't want those. Shedding is going to be a longer piece of hair, but the hair is going to be healthy. It's going to be long and healthy because it's just a natural occurrence. And we talked about breakage y'all, I'm looking at my notes because y'all know I like to take that turn and then I forget my way back home. So the breakage, you're not going to have the white bulb and it's going to be a broken piece of hair. It snaps somewhere along the shaft. Now, number 2 is going to be a shorter length, uneven, and the shedding hair is going to be longer. Number 3, the texture and the appearance. A shed hair is going to be long and healthy. Breakage, that's going to be a piece of a hair strand. And it's going to be dry, brittle, something to indicate why it is broken. Because that is a broken hair. Breakage. Oh gosh. Yes. So the root check, the length of the hair, and the texture and the appearance. These things are something you can look for to know if you're dealing with shedding or breakage. Shedding is okay. We want that. So our new hairs can come in. Breakage, we don't want that. That can also cause split ends, which literally cuts up the hair, and then you have to cut it. The further the split ends travel up, the higher you have to have your cut. You don't want to go into a salon and your cosmetologist says, dang, you have so much breakage. We got to take about 3 to 4 inches. 3 to 4 inches. That's almost all I got. That's how I look at that. I don't know about y'all. I do not like breakage. I don't want to have to cut more hair than I need to. So if you are dealing with breakage, I highly encourage you to watch my lives on YouTube at Main Love Hair Care and learn how to eliminate that breakage as much as possible. Things that you can do: sleeping with a silk or satin pillowcase or a silk or satin scarf, not doing all this with your hair when you shampoo. Detangle beforehand. Hit your hair with hydration morning and night, especially in the morning. You've gone all through the night not drinking no water. You dehydrated, your hair's dehydrated. Give me something is what it's saying. Give it something. Something. You have to eliminate that breakage. That breakage is no good. Also, keep in mind that you are going to shed on an average 50 to 100 hairs per day. That's average. That's normal. About 10% of the hairs are going to be in that shedding phase at all times. So 50 to 100 hairs per day on average. Some, you can have a little bit more, a little less, just depending on the person, because we're all different. Our hair is different. Definitely keep that in mind. And when I say that, I mean, if you have braids in for a month, or you have a protective style in for a month, or somewhere where your shed hair is not falling down, but it's still shedding, when you do that detangling, expect more hair. Because if you're going through your hair every day and those 50 to 100 hairs on average is coming out every day, to not doing anything with your hair for a whole month besides hydrating it and moisturizing it, honey, that hair is still shedding. Your hair is not falling out. It's just you're catching up with it, basically. So definitely keep that in mind. Your hair is not falling out. All those shed hairs are just in your hand at once, because 50 to 100 hairs per day on average is normal. Also, shedding, you can have more of it into that transition from summer to winter, that fall era. You can have higher levels of shedding in those seasons. Don't be alarmed. You all good. So things that can cause shedding, we talked about the natural hair cycle. We talked about seasonal changes, summer to winter, fallish. Stress and hormonal imbalance could cause excessive shedding. That's something that's not good. That we don't want. Keep your hormones balanced. Make sure your vitamins, nutrients, minerals, they balance, top notch. You got it. Poor diet. I've said this in previous videos. If you are eating a lot of greasy, fatty foods and you're eating that day in, day out, like that's kind of your diet, because maybe you're so busy you have no, the only thing you can do is stop to get something fast, that greasy, processed, fatty foods. That is going to naturally increase your testosterone levels. That's going to give you a hormone imbalance. This could cause you to see excess shedding. So poor diet, also health conditions and medications. Health conditions and medications could cause shedding. There are some medications, that do cause shedding, not a lot of them. Conditions, I know autoimmune disorders is a big one. Thyroid, which is kind of falls into that autoimmune disorder. Thyroid has a lot to do with the hormones. So these things can cause excess shedding. These things are not good. Something's going on inside the body. Swiftly need to figure out what's going on. So that is what I have for today. How to figure out if you're dealing with shedding and breakage. Shedding, for the most part, very common, unless it's something to deal with stress, health conditions, and hormonal imbalance. Other than those things, shedding is good. It's just a natural thing. Breakage, we gotta say deuces to the breakage. Can't deal with you no more. You holding me back. We need to send our hair to greatness. And eliminating breakage is the best way to do that. If you have any questions, I know this is pre-recorded. Still, if you have questions about your hair or scalp, it does not have to pertain to this topic. Drop them in the comments and I'll get to them on the next video. I thank you so much for watching, and I do hope you learned something. If you want to reach out to me on a personal level, you can email me at support@arukahairlosscenter. support@arukahairloss.com. support@arukahairloss.com. That's how you can email me personally, and we can have just a more personal level if you don't want to be out in the open. If I say, hey, such and such asked this question, I thought it was a great question, and here's the answer. And I hope you watch again.